It's a problem. Kevin Costner knows precisely what kills so many Westerns. Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. I hope everyone is having a nice day. If you like the video, please like it and subscribe to the channel to be the first to receive our videos. The TV show Yellowstone has been a huge success since it premiered in 2018 with 44 award nominations and 8 wins, including Best Performance by an Actor in a Television Series at the Golden Globes for Kevin Costner's performance. The legendary actor, whose career spans over 4 decades, stars as John Dutton, a widowed patriarch who oversees the largest ranch in the United States, an empire that has been in his family's possession for 6 generations. Costner has been no stranger to the Western genre. He played Lieutenant Dunbar in the cult classic Dances with Wolves from 1990, which he also directed, as well as Open Range, 2003, and Horizon, an American saga, a Western epic containing 3 films, with the final one currently in production. The Western era has inspired countless movies and TV shows over the years, but newer productions seem to lack the depth old classics possess, and Kevin Costner seems to have some good reasoning as to why that is. But for the sake of looking forward, it's crucial to understand why these older classics seem to have such an edge when it comes to the Wild West. The old classics who set the standards for the Western genre. 2 of the main directors that come to mind are Sergio Leone and John Ford, who made some of the most cherished Westerns, ranging from the 1930s to the 1960s, which are still on top of many film experts' lists. Films like John Ford Stagecoach, 1939, and My Darling Clementine, 1946, set the standard for early Westerns, featuring one of the most legendary Western heroes of all time, John Wayne. Wayne, also nicknamed the Duke, had been in silent films since the 1920s. While many actors struggled to transition to talkies, a term used to describe films with spoken dialogue, Wayne had no such problems. One of the reasons why John Wayne became such a poster boy for Westerns was his friendship with the legendary Wyatt Earp, whom he modeled his walk and speech after. Until the mid-1950s, movies and TV shows were shot in black and white, using shadow and light to create tension. Every scene had a very dramatic artistic vibe on film as well as in photography. In the 1960s, the Italian director Sergio Leone dominated this genre with a new twist on the American Western, creating the spaghetti Western. Spaghetti Westerns often presented a more cynical and violent view of the West, with antiheroes and corrupt authority figures. Initially, these films were seen as a low-budget imitation of American Western movies. Eventually, the genre gained respect for its innovation, creativity, and unique perspective on the myth of the American West. Today, spaghetti Westerns, especially Leone's, are regarded as classics that redefine the genre with films like Once Upon a Time in the West, A Fistful of Dollars, and The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly, making Clint Eastwood a household name who had his big break in A Fistful of Dollars. A Western revival on the rise. There are a few notable modern Westerns worth mentioning, such as 3:10 to Yuma, 2007, The Assassination of Jesse James by the Coward Robert Ford, 2007, and Django Unchained, 2012. But for a while, the Western genre seemed on the back burner, and the old classics were still considered the benchmark for what it takes to create a solid Western. When Kevin Costner was interviewed by People a few years ago, he explained why these older films are so much more impactful than many of their successors in more recent years, and he had a very plausible explanation.
Costner said,
"I've always believed a good Western isn't always just rushing towards its gunfight." He further elaborated that modern films often want to get to the point and bypass the proper character development to get to the action. Filmmaking has undergone quite a transformation where most storylines are rushed to keep the audience engaged, but a slower pace doesn't automatically mean a film will be boring. And while audiences have become accustomed to fast-paced storytelling, it often lacks a true connection. If an audience doesn't spend enough time with a character to care and sympathize, their deaths or other tragic events don't hit as hard emotionally compared to slower storytelling. Yellowstone is a declaration of love for the land with its beautiful camera work and dedication to celebrating the hard life of cowboys, with many of the minor characters being actually real-life cowboys. Yellowstone is an ensemble cast with rich characterizations, allowing each actor to shine. One of Yellowstone's standout features is its commitment to portraying Native American characters with depth and agency. The TV show doesn't shy away from supporting these characters in their struggles for self-liberation. Monica, Case Dutton's wife, actively works to confront the white men preying on Native women, while Chief Thomas Rainwater, Gil Birmingham, remains steadfast in his mission to reclaim ancestral land, employing whatever strategies are necessary. This series has earned praise for its nuanced storytelling, offering three-dimensional representations of Native Americans, though some have criticized its casting choices. Still, Yellowstone creates a world with thriving racial diversity without feeling out of place. From black cowboys to Native characters that encompass both heroic and antagonistic traits, the show boldly embraces complexity. In the Duttons, Montana, diversity is not a disruption but an integral part of the story. However, despite Yellowstone's commercial success, some critics have verbalized that this show seems like a Western soap opera, emulating 1980s TV shows like Dallas, while others believe the show has a very conservative stance, highlighting white supremacy. Yellowstone and its various spin-offs. Since its 2018 debut, creator Tyler Sheridan's series has spawned multiple spin-offs, each exploring different facets of the American West. The miniseries 1883, starring Tim McGraw and Faith Hill, chronicled the Dutton family's perilous journey to Montana. Another prequel, 1923, featuring Helen Mirren and Harrison Ford as the leads, premiered in December 2022, focusing on the family's struggles during Prohibition and the Great Depression. With such star power, this spin-off show seemed destined for success. But according to Rotten Tomatoes, the critics seem to love this show much more than the average viewer, with a tomato meter rating of 90% and a popcorn meter of only 57%. Unlike 1883, 1923 is an ongoing show, not a limited series, allowing better character development. In an interview in August of this year, one of the 1923 stars, Brandon Sklenar, revealed that Season 2 would take a much darker turn. Perhaps fans need to be more patient with this show before passing final judgment. 1923's second season is set to premiere on February 23, 2025 on Paramount. Costner's philosophy of Western storytelling seems particularly relevant as the genre experiences a renaissance on television. The upcoming spin-off show 6666 is set to premiere sometime in 2025. This newest venture centers around the legendary Ranch 6666, which was featured in Yellowstone. No storylines or cast members have yet been confirmed. The expansion of the Yellowstone universe suggests that audiences are hungry for exactly what Costner advocates. Movies should take their time to develop complex